everybody. So as you know, my name is Kianti Ayshea and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. Let's go ahead, jump right into a reading for you all. Let's see what the messages are the Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right. Thank you to everybody who is supporting your girl. Really appreciate it. All of your booked personals and your merchandise that you're getting and all that other good jazz. I love you guys so much and thank you. Okay, let's get into this reading. All right. Oh, we have reunion. It's the very first card out. I'm here for it. 44 seconds in. Yes. 44 is the number of healing. So something is healing within your connection. 27-9 is the number of completion. When it refers to angel numbers, and for those of you who don't believe in angel numbers and only refer to the numbers in the Bible, 9 is still the number of completion. It's also the number of God's judgment, whether it be in a good way or a not so great way. We have source. There you go. All right. Because your girl is definitely connected to source. And I don't say this to boast or brag or nothing. I just say that for those of you who are kind of skeptical and still come into the room. All right. Just know I'm connected to source energy. Okay. I feel like Spirit is definitely present here in your connection. I'm getting that 3-strand cord. You know what I mean? Like it's you, your person, and God. God is the center of this union. Okay. We have respect, your self-respect, your self-love, your dignity. It makes you more attractive. Okay. Your person finds that to be super, super attractive. We have duality. All right. Both the sun and the moon. The two of you are learning how to work together. Okay. You're respecting each other's differences, but learning how to work together as one. Okay. Like you're individuals, but in Christ, we are all one, right? And even more so in a marriage or in a union or in a partnership or something like that. Ooh, okay. Forgiveness. Okay, yes. So forgiveness is key here. Okay. A person can apologize and accept accountability for wherever they were wrong. But if you're not ready to forgive them, then a lot of the time you won't. You know, you have to be ready. But keep in mind, too, that the forgiveness is not necessarily solely for them. It's for you as well. Okay. And when you're a believer, okay, when you have faith, you understand the importance of forgiveness when it comes to you. You know what I mean? Like you don't want something to go wrong with your relationship with Spirit because you know better and choose not to do better, right? Underlying energy here is message to pass on. That's my message for you. Because a lot of people like to be egotistical and, you know, this is not that. This is not that type of channel, y'all. Okay, we know that when somebody is in the wrong, they're in the wrong. And we point it out. We tell them about themselves here on this channel. Okay, but we also are big on forgiveness. Okay. And that's another thing when you're a believer. It's like we have to hold each other accountable because that's love. You don't love somebody if you're just going to let them do whatever and think that it's okay. You don't love yourself if you're just going to let somebody treat you however and think it's okay. So the number 31 is here. 4 is about stability, structure. So I feel like the overall foundation of the relationship is improving, or you're actually on one accord when it comes to what the two of you are, what you expect from the other one, what you're looking for, etc. 26 is 8. 8 is about karmic cycles and, you know, getting yourself out of certain loops, certain repetitive patterns or behavioral patterns and different things like that. Okay. So we have the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, that brings us back to this forgiveness. Okay. So in some way you were made to feel disappointed. In some way you were made to feel betrayed. Okay, something along those lines. 2 of Wands, you have the option of forgiving the person and the two of you coming together, moving forward. Or, you know, you can hold that grudge and now you walking around heavy, you're being burdened and things like that. So we have the Fool card. Fool is all about detachment, releasing things, letting things go so that you can be free. Yeah, because why would you hold that in your brain? I just saw the Palace of Swords, which is our mental, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so why would you carry that burden around in your brain? It's too much. Okay, yeah, the Emperor. So they're just wanting your forgiveness, love. Okay. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, conversation, the Moon. Something you didn't know all of the truth about, you soon will. The truth will be revealed. All right. 7 of Wands, determination, the fighting spirit, perseverance. Somebody's determined not to give up here because they love you so much. The Magician, they're aiming to manifest their desired outcome with you. The Moon, but until you feel comfortable and confident, you're not going to move forward. Okay. 7 of Coins. Yeah, because it's about your respect. You respect yourself so much and you trust in your relationship with Source so much that you know that Spirit wouldn't allow for you to continue on with somebody that just doesn't have good intentions for you. Okay. Like Spirit's going to reveal the truth each and every time, whether it be something you thought it was or something you don't really like. Spirit's going to make sure you know. Okay. So we have the 6 of Coins. 6 of Coins about reciprocity, equal give and take. Again, the Magician, they're aiming to manifest another opportunity to prove themselves to you. The 9 of Swords, they're anxious though. They're worried that when they come towards you and make this offer, you're going to look at them like they have 17 heads. The Ace of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person wants to have a new beginning in love with you or renewal of love. Okay, take it however it applies to you. Either you and this person were working toward that, but the foundation was a little bit, and you didn't really know where you stood with each other. So you fell back. You felt like there were a lot of secrets, a lot of things you didn't know. You know, your intuition was telling you something, but what they were telling you was something different. So you didn't feel like the person was trustworthy, you know. And that's another important building block when it comes to a relationship. You have to be able to trust one another, or else it's like, what is the point? What are we even doing, right? The 5 of Pentacles is the energy of somebody feeling left out in the cold, but despite that, they're still determined to prove themselves to you, to show you that they love you. Yeah, 6 of Wands is bringing something to one's awareness. It's public recognition, the energy of Jupiter. So taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, and then landing on your feet because you trusted in Source. It's not like you're trusting in yourself, because the thing about it is we're human beings. We are of the flesh. We can't always trust ourselves. Okay, I might say, yeah, Key, go ahead, girl. Nah, that might not be it. You know what I mean? Well, younger Key, now I have the gift of discernment, or I always had it, but I've unpacked that gift, right? So now I'm using it. But you know what I mean? And if we're not using our discernment, we can't just go ahead and trust the flesh, child. Even with you having a gift of discernment, you're still human. You know what I mean? You can still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Never claim to be perfect. You know, I just tap in and I do my best to stay tapped into Source. That's it. You know, and I'm no better or no different than the next person. So you can do it too. You can do your very best to do your spiritual work and stay connected to Source as well. Okay, but this person, yeah, see, judgment. They want to bring something to your awareness. Either they were judging themselves harshly, Spirit has judged them, they feel like you're judging them, or a little bit of all of that. But the reality is none of us are really the judges, right? It's up to Spirit. So I'm hearing like, has this person really learned? Have they really learned? You know, that's what it boils down to. Spirit is feeling like this person has learned their lesson. So it's not for you to punish them, okay? So we have the 9 of Coins and the Hermit. Now, the 9 of Coins is somebody who's very independent, extremely confident, self-sufficient, possibly has her own business, or she just works really, really hard and has accumulated a lot of success, okay? Whichever way it goes. The Hermit, you're somebody that works and stays to yourself. Works and stays to yourself. So your person also feels like, well, what else is there to it? It's not much else to it. That's what I'm feeling, okay? It's not much else to it. All right. I'm getting, and this is coming out very specific. You could have thought that they were friendlier and more kind than they actually are. You know, like, and kinder. And they thought that you were like some old savage. Meanwhile, you're the sweetest thing. Sweeter than apple pie. You know, sweeter than cherry pie out this mug. Because I think cherry pie is a little bit sweeter than apple. Depending on who makes it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Maybe your person really likes pie. Or you do. Because where'd that come from? But anyhow, yeah, so it's like that. You thought they were kinder. They thought you were a savage. Come to find out, it's like, no, you really are a sweetheart. And they really are a savage. Or something like that. Savages, savages, barely even human. We have the Priestess card, okay, with the Moon. So yeah, again, High Priestess energy. High Priest energy. Take it as it resonates. You or your person, whichever one. Okay, fully tapped into Source. Fully aware of your spiritual gifts and using them. Okay. Still have more to learn, because we all do. None of us are like fully mature and grown in spirit, right? We are maturing, but are we fully grown in spirit? I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. You know, until we are like fully ascended, which means we're back with the maker, which ain't nobody in a rush to do that, right? So we're still learning. That's what life is all about. Like a big old classroom, honey. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. They want to invest everything that they can into you, into this connection. And Ace of Pentacles for me as a reader is my engagement ring. So this is not playtime for this person. You know, they're so serious. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. We have the Hanged Man or the Hanging Man in this deck. The Empress and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so now this person sees something from your point of view. They understand why you are the way you are. See, they assume that you as a savage because of the way that you carry yourself. The Empress is extremely nurturing, granted. But the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords shows little to no emotion. And you know what's so funny? I know a lot of Queen of Swords, right? Like Gemini, Libras, and Aquarians who are sun, like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They swear they so sweet and kind. And they be like, are you really? And I'm not saying all of them, right? Like, you know how a person can think that they're being super affectionate, but it's like, are you really? You know who else is like that? Virgos are like that. You know, where Virgo thinks in their mind that they're being so sweet, but other people are like, no, not really. You know what I mean? Like, you did barely show me that you cared about me. And you're like, what? I let you in my space. I let nobody in my space. So to us, to a Virgo, it's like, well, I let you in my life. That's me showing you that I care about you. Because the Hermit is a representation of Virgo, right? Now, I'm just bringing this up because you showed up as a Hermit already. You showed up as a Hermit. Now you're showing up as a Queen of Swords. So I'm just putting all these energies together. Doesn't mean you have to be a Virgo. Doesn't mean you have to have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, whatever on your chart at all. These are just the energies that are coming up. And I'm telling you how they are. So if you're somebody that already states to yourself, in your mind, it's like me letting you come in my world at all is me telling you that I love you. It's me showing you that. But with the Six of Pentacles, while you thinking, oh, I'm giving you something and you ain't giving me nothing, person is thinking of the same thing, you know? So again, with that duality, it goes both ways, okay? If you feel like you don't know everything, they feel like that too. You feel like there's more to learn about this person, they feel like that too, you know, when it comes to you and everything. The Queen of Swords is very guarded, very guarded. She can be a sweetheart, just like any of the queens, but she's going to make you work for it. Because the thing about the Queen of Swords, if it's not one of those signs, and we're just talking about the energy, the thing with the Queen of Swords is she's like that because of how hurt she's been throughout life. People have disappointed her time and time again. So that independence that she has, it typically turns into hyper independence. And it's usually because nobody is ever there for her. She has to be there for herself. Once upon a time, you would have heard me say that with some crackling in my voice. You see, but when you get used to things, when you become accustomed to things, and that's the energy of the Queen of Swords. Okay? So again, it's like it is what it is kind of thing, but not in a way where you're not willing to change, or you're not willing to grow, or you're not willing to learn, or you're not willing to put the guard down. That's not true. For somebody that you feel like respects you, or someone that you respect, someone that you feel like is of source energy, the right energy, I'm sure you'll do that. But just for any old person to walk all over you and take advantage of you, absolutely not. So this person is looking at things from a different point of view and saying, oh, well, I see why this person moves like this, because they've been through this, they've been through that, they've had to do this on their own. You know, people have disappointed them, they let them down. So any event that this person just added to that list, what did they think you was going to treat them like? Okay, so I feel like this person is really looking at things from your point of view with the Hanging Man, Two of Pentacles, and is bringing a lot of things into perspective, aka into balance. Okay, Ace of Coins. So again, wanting to invest, wanting to show you that not everybody is like this. Not everybody is, you know, going to disappoint you, let you down, leave you for Z. Okay, with a Z. We have the Four of Swords. All right, Four of Swords is all about resting, meditative state. Okay, literally taking one's armor off and chilling. You see, it's like you've been through so much, so much. The Ten of Swords is betrayal. It's black magic. It's backstabbing. It's people bad-mouthing you. It's people treating you like you are a freaking carpet or a rug to be ran over. That's what the Ten of Swords is. And the only reason a person does not break from this is because they're connected to source. Remember, that's the energy. That's the hieroglyph for the sun. The sun is what? The source. So the only reason why this person does not break and crumble is because they're connected to Source, and Source is ultimate power. Source is sovereign. Source is victory over any and all circumstances. So that's the only reason you have not broken down. Okay? But again, it turns you into this. Okay? It doesn't mean I'm not nurturing, I'm not loving, I can't be like that, because I'm an empress. I'm all the queens. I can do it. I can wear many different hats. But this is the one that you're going to see the most because you're not about to let nobody play with you. You would rather keep your peace of mind than to be disrespected. That's what I see here. So if that means blocking them out because you felt disrespected, so be it. Okay, and now the person wants your forgiveness. They want a new beginning. They want a fresh start. They feel like they've learned their lesson. They learned how you need to be loved, or they got a clearer understanding of how you need to be loved, which includes but is not limited to how to speak to you, where on their priority list to place you. You know, different things like that. We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's the heartache, it's the pain, it's the betrayal, it's the disappointment. It's all the stuff that you've experienced. And in the event that this person, like I said, contributed to that, it didn't help. All right? But holding on to that pain is not going to help you. It's not going to help them. It's not going to help the situation. So that's not helpful either. So another thing about the Queen of Swords, she's very logical. So thankfully for them, you didn't show up as like a Queen of Cups. You know what I mean? Because had you would have shown up as a Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups probably wouldn't have been able to forgive this. Yeah, she's loving, and people think that love means, ultimate forgiveness. No, not really. Because if somebody is super sentimental and emotional, and you get them to a place where they feel like they sobbing and they heartbroken and they distraught, child, it's hard for them to come back from that. So they might not ever forgive you. You know what I mean? Because they wear their heart on their sleeve. So they remember all of that stuff. It stays in your heart, you know. But because you have gone through so many things, I don't want to say it's like you're immune to the pain. But I will say this. Yes, you know everybody makes mistakes because the Queen of Swords is analytical. She's logical. She's head over heart. So if I feel like we work well together, if I feel like we do ultimately respect each other, but you had a moment. If I feel like, you know, we all have moments and everybody deserves forgiveness. Spirit has forgiven me 1,000,000 times, even when I didn't deserve it. I'll forgive you, whether I felt like you deserved it or not. Remember, thoughts over feelings. Maybe I don't feel like you deserve that, but I think that you deserve that. So I'll give you that. You understand? It's maturity. So that's, you know, I favor the Queen of Swords in that essence, okay? So with the Palace of Wands, it's a lot of passion, a lot of desire, okay? And we know that Spirit is not out here like, yeah, go ahead, you know, dive head first into your pleasures. No, only a fool is doing that. So again, about putting your thoughts and your wisdom over your feelings. Okay? So, I mean, but you take it however you want to take it. Two of Wands, okay? And we have the Five of Swords. So the Two of Wands, again, having a decision to make. Knowing that this person caused you pain. They feel like they sabotaged it. However, Spirit is saying they're going to take the action. And not only are they going to take the action, but they're going to take the action and move quickly. You know, now, Spirit is somebody that's like, hey, trust in my time and you don't have to rush. There's no need in rushing because if you know Spirit, you know God, life is eternal. So as long as you're connected to God and you acknowledge God, right? Okay, let's just be clear. However, there's this energy here where it's like they want to make up for lost time. That's the best way to put it. For however long the two of you have been separated physically, they want to make up for that time because the Five of Swords is the energy of feeling like I sabotaged this, I messed it up, you know, I created too much conflict in our connection and now I feel defeated, you know, like that. But this is what they want, the Ten of Wands. But you mean, I hope not. The Ten of Pentacles, okay? I hope they don't want the darn Ten of Wands. But this is what they want, the Ten of Coins, okay? The Ten of Coins is building a life together, this and that. Some of you may feel like it's easier to be on your own, Nine of Pentacles, than it is to try to build with another. Maybe that's why I said Ten of Wands, because again, with that hyper independence, you know that you got you. You know that you're not going to let you down. You know what your responsibilities and obligations are. You know what you like to prioritize. So it's like your routine is set. You know, so somebody coming in and disturbing that, or somebody wanting to be a part of that and then ultimately throwing things off is just not it for you. You don't favor that. You don't want that. It's not a desire of yours. Okay? Because the Ten of Wands is burden, it's stress, it's feeling overwhelmed. It's, you know, carrying the burdens and responsibilities of someone else even. So why would you want that for yourself, right? So is that energy here? So it's like, yeah, this person plans on moving. They plan on doing whatever they got to do to make this right. They don't want to lose you. Okay, I believe it was like this, y'all. Hold on. Correct. So it's like there's a decision that needs to be made here in regards to which path is one going to take. But the message to pass on is about forgiveness. Now, what's underneath that? Physical pain. See, that's the thing. Only you know if this is something that you can do because of the amount of pain that you've experienced. You can hear Blue saying it till she's blue in the face. But would it matter if you know that you're feeling like this? Like you're truly feeling blue, like you're truly down. You're like, I cannot believe that this person treated me this way. I'm done. I don't want to do it again. That's it. You know if you can or cannot. That doesn't mean you don't forgive them. You can forgive them and still keep it pushing, because ultimately from it all, you got to learn a lesson. And you know what that person got to learn? A lesson as well about communication, about how to keep the peace, about how perhaps communicating does keep the peace. Okay. What was underneath? Child, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened, child. Child, I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, message to pass on is right here. Okay. Child, that's because I barely drink any of my coffee. Don't judge me, child, okay? Judge your auntie, all right? When you go to her house, go to your auntie house. Y'all. I was thinking about going live, okay? But maybe not to like read, you know, just to kind of be with you guys and talk. Let me know what you think, okay? And if you're going to be present, drop some emojis in the comments. I would love to just chit chat with y'all. We can talk about whatever. All right? More than likely this, but whatever. Whatever you want to talk about. All right? So let's see the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords. The Seven of Coins. Yeah, see? So they want to invest into this, but they're afraid, Nine of Swords, that they cause you too much physical pain, too much heartache, that, you know, like, again, they sabotage. That's how they feel. Because Four of Wands is twin flame union. So it's like this is what they want to communicate with you about. They want to communicate with you about coming back into union or having a reunion, okay? But a lot of you are like, a reunion and then what? You know, like a reunion and then we stay in the same place? A reunion and then there's still stagnation? No, because remember that Eight of Wands. Not only is there going to be movement, but it's rapid movement. And it's movement that's assisted by spirit, by source, because we saw the dove. So it's so many representations here of the Holy Spirit to let you know that spirit is in favor of this. I know I said spirit a million times, but child, spirit is all up and through this reading. So we have the Nine of Wands. It's the wounded warrior. All right, they're wounded, just like you're wounded, because here's the thing. They messed up. So they feel that too. Then God let them feel it. Then you let them feel it. So you don't think they feeling it? They feeling it. But that doesn't make it any easier. It really hurts because they know how they made you feel. So just like you're wounded, they're wounded too. But again, didn't I say earlier, it was 44 seconds in when I saw reunion. So clearly there's going to be some healing that takes place or that is taking place in this connection. I have faith in this relationship that I'm reading for. I really do. Okay, I feel it in my bones. I feel it through my blood. Yeah, fool. There's a brand new beginning coming for you guys. All right, Seven of Swords. You felt like you couldn't trust this person. You felt like they were deceptive. You felt like there's a lot that you didn't know. Well, guess what? They're about to come clean about a lot of things. Okay? And I feel like you're going to be surprised pleasantly because the things that you thought were, oh my God, they're keeping secrets, are not like super bad. You know, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like, for example, for those of you who had a twin, who had a third party karmic, you know, they could have made it seem like everything was going great with the karmic, even though it really wasn't. The reason they did that is because they wanted to try to play their hand right. They wanted to try to move their cards accordingly, or move their pieces accordingly, without getting themselves caught up in anything. But it made it seem as if you could not trust them. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. Three of Cups is about reunion again. It's about celebratory energy. It's about hanging out. So this person could have made plans and canceled on the plans several times. But if there's a child or children involved, that could have something to do with it. Okay, and you guys know how I feel about the chitterlings. Like, if somebody has to rearrange plans with you because of their child or children, I mean, come on. You can't really be upset at that. At the same time, though, if this is something that is constantly happening, it's like, well, where do you fit in? Maybe it was just not the time for y'all to date or the time for y'all to explore the connection, because had it been, maybe they would have made more time or something like that. You know, it's like the children or the child are always going to come first, period. But it's just like, if you care about something and you want something, you have to make time for that. You can't just say, oh, because the kids. You still have to have a life too. So we have the Tower, okay? So the Tower is like something that suddenly happens. And this is because of the adjustments that Spirit has been asking this person to make. Okay? So yeah, I feel like this person's coming towards you to ask for forgiveness. They want to be someone you could depend on. They want to devote themselves, commit themselves to this, be a team with you. Palace of Cups, you're always and forever in this person's heart. Two of Swords, they want to lead by faith and not by sight, because sight says, she's never going to forgive me, you know. But faith says, yes, she will. Come up with a plan. Take the steps of said plan and watch it come together. Watch God work. Okay? That's what that says to me. Now let's go ahead and pick some of these, get some messages from your person. All right. Ooh. Some of you do feel like, truthfully, that you'll never be able to trust the person again, because trust is so important in order to be able to start a new relationship. For others of you, because I feel like that's what that is about. For others of you, this is about you are rebuilding that trust. And once the trust has been rebuilt, then you can go ahead and start a new love situation. But starting a romantic situation with someone you don't trust is not it. If your heart won't let you forget the person, though, it won't let you move on past the person, though, maybe there's a reason for that. Okay, but always remember your self-respect. So you have several things that Blue would like for you to do. I would like for you to pray on the situation. That's number one. And pray until you feel clarity about it. If you don't feel clarity yet, keep praying on it. Don't make any moves until you feel like you know what you want to do. Two, if you need to speak to someone, okay? You know there are people out there that you can talk to. You have licensed therapists. Then you have people like me who are called, you know, advisors. If you want to speak to somebody like that, you know, but I don't want you to feel like you have to go through this by yourself, because you're not. You have God. You have people out there that are licensed therapists that want to assist you. You have people like me that feel pulled and called and love to do this type of work, you know. So whatever it is that you feel like you need, that's what I want you to do. But you don't have to rush into anything with anyone if you're not ready to, period. Twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter, okay? So we have angel number 1212, exactly. One step and day at a time. You've got this. Exactly. You don't have to rush anything. Okay? Period. Let us see. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh. What are the messages? We have, I can see us growing old together. Will you marry me? I want to spend my life with you. Aw. Yeah, see, this person, that's how they're coming. Okay? They can see themselves spending their life with you, my love. All right, we have calling you soon. Please answer for me. I admire your confidence. You are beautiful. Don't ever give up on love, even if I never get it right. Okay? You deserve love. Don't give up. Don't become super ice cold and be like, nah, that's it. No more love for me, you know? No more love for me. It says, it was love at first bite. I love your cooking. Aw. Okay. I love all of you, especially your flaws and imperfections. They make you, you. I love this channeled message. It's so cute. Okay, because like we're all flawed. And anybody try to act like they don't have nothing wrong with them, child, it's something even more wrong with them. You think ain't nothing wrong with you, child, it's something even more wrong with you. Oh, shoot. All right, we have, your love makes me high. I'm addicted to you. You see? This person feel like this is a natural high. This is an organic high. They feel good. This is an upper. They feel real good, all right? It says, pick the time and place. I'm all yours. And my soul is exposed whenever you're around me. Underlying energy here is allow me the opportunity to show you how I feel about you. Beautiful. So this person is so serious. Let me see what this is here. All right. It says, did I make you fall in love again or nah? Okay. So this person is like, allow me the opportunity to show you how I feel about you. Did I make you fall in love again or nah? So, promising. Some of you might end up falling in love all over again. It might feel like a whole new situation all over again. You and this person, I mentioned something about therapy. Maybe that's something the two of you will decide to do together. You know, like go and speak to someone together to work through your unresolved issues so that you can finish handling whatever y'all need to handle. Okay? That's how I feel about that. But those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Peace and hair, Grace.